Here we go. Okay, right, so you've got your app called Guitar Tuner. You can get it on Android or you can get it on iPhone. I'm just going to come up to my screen to let you see. Right, so on my app here, you'll see that you have this little thing that says auto. I would suggest you take that off just now because your guitar is probably going to be seriously out of tune. Okay, so what we need to do is have a look at the names of the strings that you've got on your guitar. You notice that it's E, A, D, G, B, E. Now there's a couple of different ways to remember what your strings are. Now from the top, that's basically the string that's closest to your face. So this one up here, this one is called is the lowest E, and then it goes to A, then it goes to D. Now the rhyme that I use is Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Now as we're doing that, I'm just going to share my screen actually, and I'm going to show you, let me see if I can just put this up here, show you what I'm on about here. This one here. Okay, so hopefully you can see this sheet here, this beginner's sheet. Now let's have a look. So there we are there. It says Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Now this bit here is the top part of your guitar. So it's basically, if you're looking at your guitar like that, that's what you're looking at. So this one here, this Eddie here, this is a string coming down the way and across the way. These are your frets going back and across the way. So the one to the left is the one closest up here, is your Eddie. Okay, now what we want to do, I'm going to take that off of screen share, and I'm going to show you where to get that in a wee while, that sheet. But what we want to do is get you in tune first of all. So if you just click, go to your app again, click, for me it's down here. We get the E that's next to the A. Click on there, then if you play your E string, so if I play mine, let me show you, if I play mine, now mine was in tune, so it went ka-ching. Now if it wasn't in tune, let me put it down a bit, if I show you what happens. You see it goes into the red, and we have a little bit of a minus there. You probably can't see it completely, but basically I need to go pa-ding until I get that little pa-ding sound, okay? And that would be my sixth string in tune, so the one with the E. The next string down is your second top string to your face. It's called A, right? So Eddie 8. So we want to go on to the A on your app. So if you hit the A on your app, give it a blast, and it'll make the sound, but again, play the string. There we go, and that should allow you to get your A string in tune. And then keep going down all of the strings till you get the next one. So you'll be D, be like the third top one to your face. You should be able to get this in tune as well. Just going to admit somebody else. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Now, as you're all tuning your guitar, do keep having, keep at it just now. I'm sure there's probably more than one of you there who can also pay attention to what else is going on. Don't split yourself in two. But let me share this sheet with you again to show you this little sheet. So let's share this screen. Go back to here, share screen. So this sheet here, I'm going to put this onto, I've got a little kind of Facebook group that I need you to go to, and you can grab the sheet off of there. But also what I can do is I can put it into the chat for you as well, so that you've got the sheet from the chat, and it just takes you through, some of the things that we'll get through today. We'll definitely not get through all of this. This lesson will be about tuning your guitar, holding your guitar, knowing what your string numbers are, and after that stage, if you want to continue on, we've got the Saturday class that you'll happily be able to jump into this weekend. Let me just stop sharing again. I want to try and lead you through, if possible, to the Facebook group. I'll just line it up on here first of all, and then I'll show you that. So Facebook, go ahead. I'll probably have to log in because I set myself a new thing, unfortunately. Right, okay, to change my password the other day because somebody was hacking into me. There we go. Let's just admit somebody else there to the class. That's me supposed to be on silent. That worked well. There we go, I'm in the waiting room. Right, yeah, we're in there. Okay, right, so let's see if we can log in as me. Yep. Let's see if I can remember my password. If not, we'll give you all in the chat. There we go. That should be me, hopefully. I'll just line up the page, guys, and then I'll let you see what it is. I'm sure you don't want to see all of my Facebook lovely things that are going on. Okay, now I know that not everybody has Facebook, so you do have me on phone anyway. Right, let's share the screen now and let you see what I am seeing. So, are we on Chrome? Here we go, I think. This one. Let's go for share there. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so this is the group here. Let me just bring it down here. If you search for Guitar Lessons Falkirk and Crieff, actually the sheet is already in files. If you go to files, you'll have to ask to join, so I'll have to admit you to this, so you can probably do this later to get your file. But if you go to files here, there's quite a few different sheets here, but this one, beginner sheet PDF, beginner sheet PDF. Okay, so these were the first two sort of classes we did in lockdown for beginners, so you can just grab that. There's a few other things in there that might be of interest to you as well. Over the years I've put in a few different things, so that's where you want to go to. Right, enough of that, let's get on with actually playing this guitar. So hopefully by now you've managed to get your guitar in tune. If you haven't managed to get your guitar in tune, you can obviously have a quick go at it later. It'll not matter so much just now, because we're on about holding the guitar, what the string names and things are, and learning how to hold your pick as well. So let's go on to holding the pick. So if you've got a pick, great. If you don't have a pick, don't worry too much about it. You get lots of different kind of thicknesses of picks, and it doesn't really matter which one you get. Okay, here's Sonia coming in. Let's just admit here as well. Okay. So if you take your pick, now this is a bit of coordination for little ones, you'll have to help them with this. Your pick would look like this if you have one. If you don't worry about it, you can use your thumb to play today. But you would hold your pick with the pointy bit on your left hand. That's if you're a right-handed guitarist. If you're a right-handed guitarist, you want to be having your guitar sitting on your right knee as well. If you're a left-handed guitarist, you'll be round the other way and you'll have it sitting on your left knee. Okay, so if you're a right-hand guitarist, put it on your right knee. I want you to hold it. This is me talking about right-handed guitarists here, so just reverse everything if you're left-handed. So hold your pick in your left hand with the pointy bit. Then I want you to put your thumb over the back of it and straight like this. Okay, then curve round your index finger. And can you curve it round and put it on top of where your thumb is? Now what we want is, we want the pick to be held so that you've not got too much of it showing. So let me just bring this up here. I want to show you some stuff. Okay, so I've got my finger going directly across where my thumb is. That's what we should look like when you're holding your pick. Okay, so that's your pick grip. If you put your guitar to hold the guitar itself, there's a couple of ways. If you're a little person, you're very short, you may well have to have your foot up on a footstool to raise your leg up a little bit. What you shouldn't have is your legs going down the way like this. You want your legs to be sort of, you know, straight like this, and if anything, just slightly raised. So I tend to cross over my right leg over my left leg, and that will bring it up just a little bit so that you're a little bit higher. Okay, and you can get what they call like a little guitar footstool as well that you can put your foot on. They're about £5, £10, something like that from Amazon. It's just called a guitar footstool. So you would put that underneath your right foot just to bolster your leg up if you don't want to cross your legs. Okay, so we've got the little grip here like this of your pick. Now, when you play your strings, at the moment we're just going to be playing some of the open strings. So let's tell you what that means. When I say open, it means that I'm not pushing any frets down up the top part here. Okay. Now your string numbers are from the bottom one, in other words, from the one closest to your foot. It's number 1. Just going to switch my app off, or it'll start pling, pling, plinging. Number 1 is here. Number 2 is the next one going up the way. 3, 4, 5. 6. Now you do have at the moment also the letter names. It's important if you want to continue on to remember this. From this way it's Eddie 8 Dynamite Goodbye Eddie as well. But string numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so if we can get that now. Playing with this pick. So we want to pick down the way towards the ground, but we need to support the hand, the right hand as well. So what I want you to do is, see your pinky. Could you try to curve your pinky round just like this so that it's in its natural kind of sitting position? Don't stick it out like this so that you've got like a big pointy pinky. Try to have it nice and relaxed and put it down onto the wood underneath string number 1. Just the back of your pinky. Let me have a look, show you. See, just the back or the side of your pinky, and it's just kind of touching there. And we want a little bit of support, okay? A little bit of support. What I've got to watch as well is that the arm up here isn't coming all the way down like this, okay? So a few of you can see your arms are maybe a little bit further down. What to do is use your elbow and put it up here onto the rim of the guitar, and then drop your arm down so that this crack in your arm here That's the main bit, kind of hugging your guitar like this, okay? So elbows on, bring it down, the crack of the arm's there. You've got your pinky lying on the wood on the guitar, so you've got a little bit of support, okay? Now we're going to try and play something. So you're going to try to play your string 1 and pick down the way. Now if you've got a camera, can you make sure that I can see your guitar? So point your camera down to make sure that we can see your guitars, because what we don't want is you going away with doing the wrong thing, so I need to see what you're doing. Okay. So here we go, we're going to play string number 1, and you're just going to pick down towards the ground, and if you can keep a steady beat like a clock ticking along, that would be great. Okay, here we go, I'll give you a count of 4, and just stick to string 1, and then I'll tell you when to change. So put your pinky down on the sort of wood for a bit of support, because you need some support. Okay, here we go, 2, 3, 4. So string 1, string 1, string 1, and just keep going on string 1, and make sure that you're supporting your right hand, okay, with your pinky, holding on down here, just touching really, touching the wood. Right, you're going to change on to string 2, go up to string 2, make sure you're picking down towards the bottom, okay, we need to go down towards the bottom. That's us, good. Excellent. Okay, and then go up to the next string, string 3, picking down towards the ground, make sure you've got your support of your pinky, okay, your pinky should be touching, probably nearly coming onto some strings, right? As I go on to string 4 here, watch what's going to happen to my pinky. It's trailed from here, but it's going to come on to string 1, and it's going to just touch string 1. So touch string 1 just now with your pinky, right? And if you've not got a plectrum, don't worry, use your thumb and go like this, okay? So use your pick on string 4. You ready? Go. So string 4, make sure your pick's between your index finger and your thumb. I can see a few middle fingers on the pick. Go for the index finger and the thumb. Okay, excellent. Change to string 5 for me. Here we go. String 5 and plucking down the way. Just use your thumb if you've not got your pick, remember. Good, and then go to string 6. Excellent. Okay, so if you feel like your pinky's millions of miles away, you can bring it up onto some of the strings that are closer to the ones that you're on, right? But you've got to hold on to something. Just try not to be in mid-air, because it really feels funny if you're in mid-air. Now, some guitar people, when they're playing, don't put the pinky on here. Right? If you watch, in fact, people who do, if you look at like Jimi Hendrix, his pinky trails all the time when he plays. Other people, their hand goes down here. Look at Eric Clapton, when he's playing, his hand's on here. So he's using the wrist on there. So it depends what you're playing. And sometimes if you're strumming, your whole hand's going to be free like this. Okay? Now we're going to try to play something. So let me just, again, I'm going to share this little sheet with you. I wonder if I can just chuck it into the comments. I'll need to probably close it to be able to do that. Just let me go up to my iCloud, and then I'll throw it into the comments for you. So iCloud, here we go. Right, so beginners sheet. There we go. iCloud. That's the one. Here. Right, if I drag it on my desktop, then I can drag it in towards for you guys. Yep, I want to move it out of my cloud. That's fine. Okay. Right, let's get my comments. Where's my chat? There we go, there's my chat. Right folks, I'm going to drag it in here for you into the chat. You can probably grab it from there. It's just uploading. There you go, that's into the chat now. Excellent, and I'll just open it up here as well. So you can either have it from the screen that I've got sort of shared. So share the screen, we're going for this one. Excellent. So share screen, here we go. Excellent. Okay, what we're going to play is this one here, where it says 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now at the side here I've said to you that there's a little accompaniment for this on YouTube. I've got a couple of YouTube channels. This is on an old one that I've got. If you just type in Greensleeves with open strings, it'll ping up and you'll be able to get an accompaniment to go along with this. Okay, so basically the tune that goes with this goes. Notice when I was playing, my hand was down. Quite like to be down there like that when I'm doing notes on the fretboard. Okay, so that's what you're going to be playing along with. Don't worry, you're not going to be playing that. You're going to be playing some open strings just now. So all you're going to do is, following these numbers, you're going to go string 1, string 2, string 3, string 3. Okay, so we're going to learn it in a little group. So try to memorize this. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so copy me. Here we go. I'll give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in 2, 3, 4. So it goes string 1, string 2, string 3, string 3. Excellent. Try it again. So remember to put your pinky on. Try to put your pinky on and get some support. To make sure you're on your index finger and your thumb as well. Again, you can see a couple of dodgy pick grips. Right, here we go. Index finger and thumb curving round. Here we go. Ready, play. So we're 1, 2, 3, 3. Fab. Right, I'm going to guess that you've got that one. Let's go for the next group of 4. So we have 6, 5, 4, 3. So you're going to your 6th string, which is the one closest to your face, and then you're coming down to your 5th string, and then you're going to go to your 4th string, and then your 3rd string. Now you might find that your pinky needs to move around a bit, so you can decide yourself. So take me from string 6, and then 5, 4, 3. Ready, and. So it goes 6, 5, 4, 3. Excellent. Let's take us from the start. See, the heat today is causing some havoc with the strings. They're zooming in out of tune. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Excellent. Now look at the second line for me. You notice it does exactly the same at the beginning, but here is this one. It goes 1, 2, 3, 3. But then it changes. So we'll take it from the beginning all the way up to this 3, 3 here. Alright? So here we go after 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 3. Cool, well done, well done. Let's see if we've got anybody actually following that so far. Shall we see? Let's unmute you all, and this is where we say, let's go for a disaster, you lot. Right, you ready for a disaster? I'm going to count you in after 4, and we're going to get loads of out-of-tune guitars, and we're all going to be playing at different times, but who cares? Right, I'm going to give you a count in. So let's put the screen back up just so you can see it. Just so I get a rough idea that we've got guitars all playing at the same time. You ready? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 3. Fantastic. Actually, I can hear sound. So that means it's working, guys. It's working. Right, so last bit I'm going to show you goes 6, 2, 1, 6. So you have to memorize that, okay? So 6, 2, 1, 6. Let's give it a little. You ready? 2, 3, go. So it's 6, 2, 1, 6. Give that one last shot, then I'll go back on mute. Here we go. And 6, 2, 1, 6. Fab. Excellent. Good stuff. Right, we're going to hide the sheet now, so we stop sharing, then we're going to mute you all up. Mute all. Right, here we go. Let's give this a quick blast, and we'll take it from the start all the way. You ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3. Then it's 6, 5, 4, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 2, 1, 6, 6, 2, 1, 6. Fandabidozy. Right, okay, now let me show you the thing on YouTube. I'll line it up first of all, and then I shall share this so you can see what you're supposed to be doing. Oh no, I think this is an old video of me. Could be scary. Could be scary Mary. Right, okay, here we go. So we're just loading up. So what I'm typing into the search bit here, folks, is Greensleeves with, oops, helps if the type's right, with open strings. Okay, Greensleeves with open strings. Right, we're there, so I'm just going to share this screen with you again. So let's go to the one with Chrome. I think that's us. Share Excellent, there we go folks. So it's this top video here. I think my channel is just called my name, Karen Blackwood. I do have the other channel that goes along with a book that I use for teaching as well. One that I actually wrote. It's called Free Weekly Guitar Lessons. Free Weekly Guitar Lessons. Okay, so here's this one here. Now you should be able to hear this. Let me stick this up. So I'll play along with it to let you hear it. So it goes like this. That's the plan that you're going to be playing along with it, hopefully. Now, I don't know if that comes in sync to you guys. Does that sound like I'm in sync? Give me a thumbs up if it sounds like it syncs in well with the video. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, good, I've got a truthful one. I'm taking the yeah. Right, take me back. Let's try it, you lot. See if you can join in with it. Now, don't worry if you aren't going with it. This is why you're practicing, okay? So the video doesn't give you much of a count in, so I'll try and jump in with myself counting in. Right, here we go. We're going to do the open string one now. Aaron's going to play open strings for us. Okay, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 6, 2, 1, 6. Fantastic, right, there we go. Good stuff. Right, we'll stop sharing that with you. In fact, what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this link and I'll stick it into the chat bit again. So if we do the stop share thing and message to everybody, if you check your chat part, this is the link that you can take and you can keep that one. Now let's also go back to the sheet that we were using, because we're going to be using this again and moving on to get the next part. So you're moving at 100 miles an hour, folks. Great stuff. Right, so share screen once more. This wee sheet here. Excellent. So we're on this beginner sheet again. We've done all of this bit. This is your Greensleeves with open strings. Your next part that we want to have a go at is playing the blues, a bit of the blues man. Right, so the idea is you're going to be playing along with a track. Again, it's just open strings because we're trying not to confuse the right hand until you've got really good grip of holding on. So as I'm looking at people, I can still see some people not quite holding on with their pinky, right? You've not got that support. So make sure you're supporting your right hand when you're playing, and make sure it's just between the index finger and the thumb, okay? Your pointy finger and your thumb is what we're looking for. So this one goes on to letter names. So if we have a look here, it says A, 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 A. Now if you can remember the rhyme, here it is up here, it's Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Now that's from the top here, this one closest to your face, down. So it's Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So here we go for the A string, because that's what it tells us to play first of all, the A string. Now my pinky is probably going to be roughly about string 1 or 2, somewhere about there as I'm playing. Now for each A that you see, you've got to do 4 of them. Right, so you do this, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze, that'll take you to that A now, right? You'll just be starting that one. So you got 4, 4, 4 and 4, okay? Let's try and see if we can get the right number of these. So there's going to be 16 of them, you ready? But don't count up to 16, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep your eyes trundling along the, what they call the bars. You see this little line here? This is called the bar line. Okay, it's dividing up these boxed areas. So here we go after 4. So you're just on your second top string, your A string. Support your right hand, hold on to your E string for me. Okay, here we go after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Second A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third A, 2, 3, 4. And the fourth A, 2, 3, 4. Now that of course doesn't sound all that wonderful, but again there's a YouTube thing that goes along with it. So if you look up on the YouTube, if you put in this accompaniment 12 bar blues in A, there's a guy called Cliff Smith. You'll be able to see that probably if I was to enlarge that. In fact, it's quite blurry to be honest. It's his channel, Cliff Smith he's called, and he's got a nice accompaniment there that will go along with this. I'll take you to it in a little while. Right, then we go to the D string. So you're going down one string, it goes Eddie ate dynamite. So we're going down to the D string, okay? You've got 2 Ds, so that's going to be 8 of them. So jump in on the D, you ready? So on your 4th string, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your D string, 2, 3, 4. And another D string, 2, 3, 4. Great, take it back to the start now. Let's go from the beginning. So you've got 16 of these A's, but remember count 4 groups of 4. Then you're going to go down 1 string to your A string, your D string. So back to A, here we go. So I'm going to start playing some stuff around about it. It's going to go. Now you guys are still da, 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 so don't get confused. Okay, I'll try and say the letter name. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's A, 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 A. Good. The third bar, 2, 3, 4. Fourth bar, 2. Right down to the D, down 1 string, D. Good. Go back up to the A for me, go string 5. Excellent. Right, here's the most difficult bit. Time to do some memorising before you go on. So we start down here on this one. It says E. Now this is 4 of the one closest to your face. 2, 3, 4. Then you go down 2 strings and then you go to your D string and you give it 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me that first, right? So give me 4 E's and then 4 D's. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So E, 2, 3, 4, down 2, D string, down 2 strings. Good, try again. A couple of people a little bit lost. Let's take us from the E again. So the one closest to your face, then down 2 strings. Okay, so E to D. 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2, D string, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you're going up 1 string to the A string after that. Alright, so let's take it from the E again. So let's go 4 E's, 4 D's, 4 A's. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. D string down 2, 2, 3. Then up 1 string to the A. 2, 3. And then lastly, let's add it in. Go to the E string closest to your face. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. There you go. So that's you through it. Now, you're not going to be able to hold it with this kind of last line. You'll probably lose it here, and people do for about a week until they've practiced it. Now, to extend that, eventually you are going to be playing 2 strings at the one time. And then eventually the whole chord, right? So we're trying to develop it from an open string to 2 strings to do what they call power chord. Excuse me, and then we're going to go to the full chord after that. Now that all happens in my little book here. I've put there for an extension of this, play 2 strings. When playing the open string, put your 2nd fret down with finger number 1 on the string below it and play both strings. Now I've also put watch my video on YouTube if you get lost. It's FWGL, which stands for Free Weekly Guitar Lessons, Rounded Guitarist 5, because my book's called Rounded Guitarist. Okay, if you go to YouTube, you can purchase, not YouTube, what do you call it, eBay. If you go to eBay, you can purchase the book. It's called The Rounded Guitarist. It'll be a digital copy for £5. I'll just email it over to you after you've actually purchased it, and then we can go through all of this kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna just shove on the, what do you call it, the little thing that goes along with it on YouTube to let you hear what you can sound like. So let's just stop sharing this one. And let's go on and share the one that's on YouTube. Let me line it up first and then I'll share it with you. So if you type in 12 bar blues in A, this will be the one you're looking for. So 12 bar blues in A. See that? Okay, so I want the one by Cliff Smith. Let's just get
Chromebook lets you watch Netflix offline. Isn't that a stream?
Nice adverts as usual to keep us all happy. Right, so share screen. Let's go to Chrome. Here we are, and share this. Good stuff. Right, it's going to turn my amplifier down just now because it's quite loud. So this decides to go off with what it's doing.
Switch to Chromebook.
Excellent.
Connect with your customers' new reality with LinkedIn.
Okay guys, not quite sure if you've noticed what you do to slow it down, but we'll need to slow this down because it's super fast. So to slow something down on YouTube, what you do is you go to the little jog wheel here. It says settings. If you press on there, then you go to playback speed, and then what we're on just now is normal. We want it to be about 0.75. Alright, so 0.75, just drag this back to the beginning, and then you should be able to hear it. Now I'll play it through for you. Feel free to join in if you want, but I know that you don't have the sheet in front of you here, so maybe just watch me for just now to see where this is going. Okay, so it's 4 little clicks and then I come in. So it's A, 2, 3, 4, A, want to join in, it's a D string. Good, then it goes back to an A string to support your right hand. Right, this bit's dodgy, don't worry if you're not joining in, it's the E string, then the D string, then the A string, then the E string. And it does it all over again. Now, when I said to you that you would be expanding this, that would be when, you know, if you buy the book, but I'll show you what you would be doing to expand this in the near future. So you'd be putting on some frets up the top here. You'd be putting on the second fret on your fourth string. If you want to try and follow this, you can, but don't worry if you get lost because you're not expected to do this just yet. But you put your first finger, which is this index finger, it goes on to the second fret, which is here, and it's right behind the metal part. So let's bring this up. Some people are under the impression that you press on the metal. You don't. You press right behind it, and you make a nice C shape with your hand, a bit like this. That's what you're looking for. So don't clamp on like that. Thumb on the back, flat, facing up towards the ceiling. Okay? So you're holding on there, and this is how I'm going to extend it. So when I play the A string, I'm also going to play string 4 on fret number 2 as well. Okay, so I'm going to be using my pick. My pick's going to be slightly towards my face, and it goes through both of them. So it goes like this. So you're playing 2 notes together at that time. Right, and that's what you do when you're doing the D string. So I'm not expecting you to really do this just now. I'm just showing you where we're going after this. Your D string, when you go to the D, you put the second fret down on the third string, the G string as well. That's what my guitar's in tune. Okay, so it goes. There we go. So that would give you the next thing. And then it goes back to the A, which is really called a power chord. It's an A5. Then we go to the E. When you go to the E, it would be the second fret on the 5th string that you play along. Then the D, second fret on the 3rd string as well. Then the A, second fret on the 4th string. Then the... Okay, so that's where you're going next after this. Let's just show you that slightly bigger as well. So where we're going with the chords as well, I'm just sort of changing to speaker view at the moment. Okay, so after that, also what you'd be trying to do is do some chords. So we would be doing like A chord. You can hear the guitar getting out of tune with the weather. Ho ho ho! That's better. So that's a full chord, there's what it looks like. That's your A chord. So the idea is you would do that, and then eventually you'll be getting a nice rhythm going with that. Just showing you where you're going. Then the D. And then we go back to A. Then the E chord. Then the D chord. And then an E chord to finish. So that's what's in the future for you guys. I think also, just lastly before we go, I'm just going to show you what else is on the sheet so you've got a rough idea of things you can have a go at as well. So let's just share this sheet again and take you there. Ta-da, ta-da. Right, so we've done, this is kind of the 12 bar blues area here. Let's go to here. This is the next page on the beginner's sheet. It starts to tell you all about your finger numbers here. So you've 1, 2, 3, 4 for your fingers in your left hand. Tells you about how to use the left hand. We've got things like going the tips of your fingers, going behind the frets. The thumb should be flat in the back of the neck and behind the second fret if possible. And then the thumb should be straight up and down, not bent at the knuckle, and you should have a nice C shape, so you should be looking like I was showing you earlier. Now the other wee tune that I've got written down here actually was you're going to have a little go at Smoke on the Water, and these are the numbers for the frets that you play. So it's on string number 6, and all you do is, if you're keen and you've played a little bit before, you might be able to have a shot at this between now and the next time potentially I see you. It goes 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5. I'm going to play it for you, and I'm not expecting you to follow along with this or play, but I'm just showing you. So it goes 0 on your 6th string, which means open, so nothing gets, you know, pushed down. And then we go to the 3rd fret on the 6th string, and then it goes along. This is with my index finger, my pointy finger, always. And then it goes 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. Then it does again 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, the next little plan to have a go at in the beginner's sheet. Okay, but we'll get to that some other time. And after that, you get to do big power chords. Which is why you need to use your index finger, okay? We don't want to be using like all muddled up fingers, because eventually we're going to do these cool power chords and we get the guitar going, okay? So stop sharing that. Guys, if you enjoyed what you did, then if you could, it would be great. Go along to my website or contact me by the sort of text message again. Let me know if you want to continue on. The Saturday class actually is going to be, just 2 seconds. The Saturday class is open to you at 1 o'clock. It will now be differentiated so that you'll be able to join in with it. Not everything you'll be able to join in with. It's at 1 o'clock. We'll start off maybe, with something you can join in with, and then we'll progress on through the class, doing different things as well. But there'll be different levels that you can join in with, not absolutely everything at the beginning. But that's what happens when you start playing. You can do some things, and then you get better and better. So if you want to join that, drop me a text actually to let me know. If you haven't been able to grab that beginner sheet, you can let me know there as well. I'll send you a link to my Facebook group, and you can join that, where you can get the sheet from. If you're not on Facebook, then just ping me a text with your email address, and I'll send over to your email address for you. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Everybody okay? Give me a yes.
Yay!
Yeah, wonderful. One. Any more yes?
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. That was a yes. That means it's really good. Yes. Excellent, fantastic. It was nice meeting you guys. Okay, hopefully be in touch, and we'll see you again. Okay, bye bye. Have fun. Bye.